If you know anything about me and the way I like to do my channel, you know I love big names. And this one, 4-4s, has one of the biggest names in the game. Equilibrium, Other Half, Vitamin C, and J. Wakefield. It's something. Probably not. Yeah, double IPA. So you know with those 4 names coming together, IPA is going to be plenty good, especially in the double variety. But you find out just how many 4s get thrown in my direction right after the theme song. What's up, everybody? Nutmeg 2 Palmetto here with you as usual from a temporary upstate oasis, and we got a very special one to talk about today. It is a problem? I hope it's not a problem. A product out of the great Equilibrium Brewery. Words are fun. I speak them goodly. Shout out Imperfect Unique Crafts. It's pretty darn fresh. Brewed on 10/11. I'm popping this open actually on December 10th. Oh, December 10th, yeah. So actually it's a day under 2 months old when I'm popping this. So it's, it's all right. It's not the worst in the world. It's not that optimal 5-6 week range, but it's not too far past it. They do always put the QR code on that, but I use my phone to record, so we won't have that. I don't want to, as you can tell, the weather's a little less than optimal, so I didn't want to have my tablet out here. So we won't read Untapped, but interestingly enough, 4 4s. As I stated before, we got Equilibrium, we got Other Half, we got Vitamin C, and we got J. Wakefield. 3 of the 4 from the Northeast, 2 of the 4 from New York City, and obviously J. Wakefield's throwing their hat in the ring out of South Florida. And it's got an interesting little thing on the side here. They're kind of set up like math equations, but it kind of makes you feel like they'd be geographic coordinates. But I mean, they're definitely not. They're actually just equations. Like EQ is 4 multiply 4 minus 4 plus 4 South Street. Other half 4 exclamation point. I'm not a mathematician. I don't think exclamation point stands for any kind of procedure in the mathematical language. Print that's divided by 0.4 plus 4 exclamation point divided by 0.4 with a little line over the top. I don't recall that being a mathematical thing either, but hey, that's all right. Vitamin C, multiply 4 plus 4 plus 4 divided by 0.4. That is Moore Road. Oh, Other Half was on Center Street, and then J. Wakefield 44 plus 4 multiplied divided by 0.4 Northwest 24th Street. So obviously those are all their addresses. I don't know what they have to do with all these 4 things. I'm sure there's some tricky way to figure out how those actually correlate to a geographic location, I suppose. There's nothing much else on the can other than just being brewed in Canada Equilibrium Brewery in Middletown, New York. And the rain's coming down, so I'll just pop this open. Obviously don't have my mic, so I'll try to get as close as I can to get some ASMR. Of course, I have a lot of glasses packed up right now. I wish I had my Equilibrium glass, but that's okay. The Power Rangers will suffice. Whoop, I almost soft poured that. Drew almost got excited. Let that settle down. That is a big, dense, rich orange haze to that. Maybe the edges are a little light, but for the most part, it's pretty dense, dark, and thick. I feel like I know the hazies aren't always Brian the Beer Snob's favorite thing, but he and I did that Equilibrium Parish collab review, and I think he would definitely approve of this one, huh? It's got a big white head on it. I'm getting a lot of floral and herbal notes out of the aroma. There's some citrusy orange quality to it for sure. But the prevailing aroma to me is definitely more of that herbal and floral type of sensation. Now that is a lot of head still to dive through, but I mean, it doesn't stop Shane's Craft Beer Review, so let's not let it stop us. I will say that does taste just like an Equilibrium beer. Inspiration series, okay. Maybe that's something the Equilibrium does with other big name breweries that they're have some familiarity with and connections, networking, that sort of thing. That is extremely, extremely dank. It's got that sharp, harsh, hoppy, piney bite to it. It definitely lasts a little bit on the aftertaste. It definitely has that Equilibrium quality that most Equilibrium beers have. That is for sure. Yeah, and I've noticed with Equilibrium, they do tend to be more soft on the aroma and then more harsh on the flavor, and that's just the way the beers work. So you never know how that's gonna occur, but you know what? At least they're consistent. There's that. I feel like with all these big names, I did want to be blown away a little bit, but and obviously I don't know how many hops went into this. I'll have to find that out later. However, there is something to be said for having a lot of a good thing in a product, and maybe they kind of like mesh the lines a little bit, and you don't necessarily get the whatever the prominent note was. But it is consistent. It does taste just like an Equilibrium. I will give them props for that. I pulled this from local down in Columbia, Craft and Draft. And I think maybe I'm not being wild, but it's still plenty fine enough for me to finish. Cheers, friends. See you next time.